Big the Yeti was out trick-or-treating with his buddies, Danny and Burle. The three friends loved dressing up for Halloween and loved trick-or-treating even more. You see, Big has a bit of a sweet tooth. Trick-or-treating was going great. Until a giant red dinosaur appeared. Before the T-Rex could say anything, Big, Danny, and Burle hightailed it out of there. But because they're Halloween professionals, they still managed to trick-or-treat very quickly along the way. The Tyrannosaurus Rex was closing in on them, and they thought they were goners. Big and his friends ran all the way to the end of the street, where a spooky, scary, haunted house stood tall in the moonlight. They looked at the house, and then they looked at the giant dinosaur gaining on them. They had to hide. So they ran inside, and the door slammed behind them. It was very dark and very quiet. But only for a moment, because it turned out to be their friend's Halloween surprise party. Suddenly, Big heard a knock at the front door. It was the giant red dinosaur. Turns out, the red T-Rex was heading to the party the whole time. And he was just excited to show Big his costume. He was dressed as a snowboarding Yeti. Happy Halloween from Big the Yeti and friends.
On a dark, chilly, and shadowy night, three friends walked in the pale moonlight. The first was a penguin. On her head sat a mitten. The second, a turtle, nervous and timid. The third was a Yeti, so big and so bright. His confidence shone like a great beam of light. Big the Yeti led the way with his two friends behind. The trees creaked, the trees croaked. It tingled their spines. They stumbled through the fog. It was so hard to see. Burle the turtle cried out, "Hey, wait for me!" The Yeti and penguin kept moving ahead. They walked far too fast for their slow turtle friend. The forest thinned out. They had made it at last. Behold the might of the great pumpkin patch. They made pumpkin soup and baked pumpkin pies. They carved jack-o'-lanterns and enjoyed the night sky. The three friends were so happy. Wait, 1, 2, and 3? Burle the turtle was missing! Oh, where could he be? There was no time to look, for they heard a great screech. They turned to find a large and shadowy beast. It was coming right for them. They turned tail and fled. It was a terrifying creature with a pumpkin for a head. They jumped over bushes and ducked under vines. They tripped over pumpkins of all different kinds. The monster kept chasing. It wouldn't give up. So Big and Mitten hid in a shrub. The creature ran past them. They were out of harm's way. And the beast crashed straight into a pile of hay. It fell to the ground and off rolled its head. Covered in hay was Burle, their lost turtle friend. They were together again. They had peace of mind. And they learned to never leave each other behind.
Burle the turtle didn't like Halloween. The ghosts were too spooky. The werewolves were too mean. The vampires had scary laughs. And the zombies straight up smelled. Every October, Burle would just hide in his shell. Now, there was one thing that he did like about Halloween. A nice, crisp apple. So juicy and so green. But he wouldn't find one by hiding all night. So he continued his search, although he shivered in fright. He came upon a chasm blocking the road. In order to cross it, he had to be bold. He shut his eyes and focused on his goal. Apple, apple, apple. He He braced himself and leapt over the hole. That was so scary, but he felt much more confident. He sniffed the air and smelled an apple-y scent. He marched on ahead to find the source of the smell. Come on, Burle, you can do it, he thought to himself. He came upon a swamp filled with alligators blocking the road. In order to cross it, he had to be bold. He shut his eyes and focused on his goal. Apple, apple, apple. He braced himself and swam through it all. That was so easy. His confidence had grown. But something caught his eye at the end of the road. It was a tree filled with apples, so juicy and so green. Burle the turtle had changed his mind. He loved Halloween. He feasted on apples until he could eat no more. His mind drifted off as he started to snore. Burle was so proud of himself. He had found inner strength, and he learned that he had to first be scared in order to be brave. It's time to carve jack-o'-lanterns. Let's carve spooky Halloween animals. Now, this first animal has whiskers. It's a cat. C-A-T. This next animal flies only at night. It's a bat. B-A-T. This animal looks a lot like a mouse, but it's actually a rat. R-A-T. This animal can turn its neck really far. It's an owl. O-W-L. This animal slithers along the ground. It's a snake. S-N-A-K-E. And this animal can live in both the water and the land. It's a toad. T-O-A-D. The next animal is related to dogs. It's a wolf. W-O-L-F. And this animal has 8 legs and spins webs. Ooh, it's a spider. Lastly, we have a bird who is very smart. It's a crow. C-R-O-W. So many spooky animals. Carving jack-o'-lanterns makes me so excited for Halloween. If you want to carve some too, just pause the video and ask your parents to help you out. Happy Halloween!
Yeti! Subscribe for more.